The corridors of justice are rarely kind to fallen empires, and for Sean Diddy Combs, the gavel's echo on September 30, 2025, reverberated like a bass drop in an empty club. The hip-hop mogul, once the architect of Bad Boy Records' golden era and a symbol of black excellence in entertainment, saw his bid for acquittal and a new trial unceremoniously rejected by a federal court. This ruling, delivered with the cold precision of legal prose, sets the stage for his sentencing on October 3, a date that looms like a storm cloud over his legacy. In court documents that read like a prosecutorial victory lap, U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian didn't mince words. The government proved its case many times over. That by itself might be enough to dispose of Combs's challenge. It's a stark affirmation of the evidence mountain that buried his defenses, leaving his legal team to grapple with an upsetting update that dashes hopes of escape. Combs' fall from grace has been a spectacle as tragic as it is cautionary, a narrative arc bending from champagne to handcuffs. Arrested in September 2024 at a Manhattan hotel, the 55-year-old was indicted on charges of racketeering, sex trafficking and transportation for prostitution, allegations painting a portrait of a man who wielded power like a weapon. The trial, unfolding over months in a New York federal courtroom, became a media maelstrom with witnesses recounting freak-offs, elaborate, coerced parties laced with drugs and domination. Though acquitted of the graver racketeering and trafficking counts, his conviction on 2 prostitution-related charges under the Mann Act, a century-old statute targeting white slavery, stings with irony. This law, born in an era of moral panic, now ensnares a pioneer who once championed hip-hop's liberation from chains, real and metaphorical. Central to the prosecution's arsenal was the testimony of Cassandra Cassie Ventura, Combs' ex of over a decade, whose 2023 civil suit ignited the federal probe. In a letter to Judge Subramanian, Cassie didn't seek vengeance but justice's ripple. Consider the many lives that Sean Combs has upended with his abuse and control. Her words, raw and resolute, humanized the abstract charges, transforming court transcripts into testimonies of survival. Prosecutors, buoyed by this, pushed for a sentence of at least 11 years and 3 months, arguing that Combs' web of influence, spanning executives, enablers and victims, demanded deterrence. Evidence included hotel surveillance of assaults, encrypted messages plotting NDAs, and a safe trove of baby oil and narcotics, artifacts of alleged rituals that chilled the gallery. Combs' attorneys, a cadre of high-powered defenders led by Mark Agnifilo, countered with pleas for leniency, filing a sentencing memorandum that begged for no more than 14 months, barely exceeding the time he's already logged in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. They framed the Mann Act convictions as overreach, insisting the acts were consensual sexual activity between adults, not trafficking's cold calculus. The request for a new trial hinged on evidentiary missteps, juror biases and procedural fouls, but Judge Subramanian swatted them down, citing the verdict's robustness. For Combs, still caged pending sentencing, October 3 marks his first courtroom return since July's partial acquittal, a gauntlet where he'll face not just the bench but the ghosts of his empire. This chapter in Combs' saga forces a reckoning with hip-hop's underbelly. From No Way Out's anthemic highs, tracks like I'll Be Missing You, that mourned Biggie with orchestral sweep, to his ventures in fashion, Sean John, and Spirits, Ciroc, Diddy embodied aspiration. Yet, whispers of toxicity shadowed his shine, lawsuits from former assistants alleging harassment, rumors of studio tyrannies. The #MeToo wave, slow to crest in rap's patriarchal pawns, now laps at his throne, echoing R. Kelly's downfall and foreshadowing others. Cassie's letter underscores the collateral: partners scarred, careers derailed, a culture complicit in silence for success. As sentencing nears, Combs' team scrambles, appeals in motion, character witnesses marshaled from Jay-Z to Mary J. Blige. Yet, the upsetting update lingers, a reminder that power's pedestal is precarious. For the women who spoke, it's vindication; for fans, disillusionment. In the end, justice's ledger may balance Combs' innovations against his infractions, but the true measure? The lives he upended, now voices in the verdict's echo.